Hi friends, Andrew Wicks here, Director of Youth Ministries and Special Missions at First Church, and I'm sharing with you an Advent message this week about peace. I don't know about you, but the holiday season doesn't always feel quiet and relaxing. I think about how many things there are to do. There's checklists at work, there's people to call. When I go home, there's cookies to bake and trees to cut down and decorate. There's presents to order and wrap. There's family to be in touch with and visit, and there are friends to call. There are cookies to bake and meals to make and gatherings to set up, and this year gatherings to reschedule and to cancel. All of it doesn't feel particularly solace-filled, particularly relaxing. Every year about this time, as we gather with our church communities, someone shares a reflection about how the week of peace, the season of Advent, should be one when we set aside the trivialities, the things that keep us busy, and instead focus on our faith and our families. And for busy people, I can understand why that's a meaningful message. Too often, our culture and our society values busyness just for the sake of busyness, to say that we're busy, to say that we're occupied with things, to say that we're distracted from traumas in our past or the things in our lives that bother us. And if that's the message that you need to hear this season, then by all means, blessings to you. Blessings to you for a season of Advent which is quiet, which is relaxing, which is reflective. But I want to take a minute to honor busyness too. Because the prophet Isaiah, when he told us of the coming of Emmanuel, he told us that there was a coming of a Prince of Peace, not a Prince of Quiet. When we look at the ministry of Jesus Christ, it was not an experience that was marked by quiet and relaxation. The ministry of peace is one which involved being in the trenches of changing the world. It involved eating with sinners and tax collectors and prostitutes. It involved being present with people that the rest of society rejected. It involved seeing others. It involved healing. It involved restoring dignity. And all of that work is peacemaking work. Jesus preaches in one of his sermons recorded in the Gospel of Matthew, a section that we call the Beatitudes, and we hear in the Beatitudes that blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. And peacemaking is difficult, busy work. When we think about the people that have been influential in making peace in our world and in our society, the Nelson Mandelas and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther Kings and the Gandhis, these are people who dedicated countless hours to this work, people with overbooked schedules and missed appointments and commitments coming out of the ears. And so, for those of us who are busy this holiday season, I give you a blessing too. If you're busy being a peacemaker this year, don't feel compelled or guilted by a world that tells you this is a time for quiet, because the work of Jesus Christ is not quiet work. Be strengthened for your work, because the work of making peace requires an investment and a commitment of time. It requires care. It requires emotional investment. For our people that work long, busy days at work and then come home and try to make time to create something special and meaningful for the loved ones in your lives during this difficult pandemic year, blessings to you. Blessings to you, child of God and peacemaker. For those who come home from busy days, from play dates, from events, from visiting with friends, and are exhausted but still find the energy to make phone calls to your legislators to advocate for a better and more just world, blessings to you, peacemakers. For those who find time at the end of long days or during early mornings to organize and call in this moment of racial justice here in America, blessings to you for this work, you peacemakers. Because making peace is the work of Jesus Christ. It's the work that we're called to build the kingdom of heaven here on earth. And so, to those who are busy being peacemakers, have a blessed Advent season. Amen.